welcome Grenada, Carrico, Pity Malik, and the rest of the world. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Life program. People, this is where it all happens. The good, the bad, and the Mikey. Things that you have not heard about before, things you will be hearing for the first time, or things that you've heard about before with a different perspective. This is news discussed, not told. I hope you're okay, the week was good for you, and that you're ready for the weekend. As always, as customary, we say on Fridays, we're not here to keep you very long. You understand? If we make a half an hour, we make good. Anyway, let's see how that goes, Papa. So, we want to big up our sponsors, those who make it possible for us to be on the live. We want to say thank you for so doing, and for the loyal viewers of the program, we would like to say thank you very much for always being on the program, boy. All of us miss. So we want to say thank you for that. Let's talk about what's going to be making the headlines tonight. Grand Lake Community Partnership Initiative no longer suspended. That's a very big story. Going to be telling you about that. Is arson the cause of the Salisbury Road house fire? We'll talk about that in a moment. Twilly Joseph found guilty of capital murder. We spoke about that earlier this week. We're going to talk more about that. It's Friday after all. Police confirm government minister to face assault charges. And R. Kelly charged with paying bribe before marrying Aaliyah. 15-year-old thief charged for robbery in St. Lucia. And Skerritt wins another term in office in Dominica. Very interesting. All right, guys, so we have that and more to tell you about when we return. We want to let you know that the headlines is brought to you to the kind compliments of WPG 10 people. So all the brace on yourself, because when we come back, it will be real news in Olilili Lolo. And there's something that we always like to do. We want to encourage you guys to please share the program. You see, when you share the program, other people get the alert and they get to know that the program is live. If you don't share the program, then there are a lot of people who are missing the program. You never know. Probably one day it could be you not getting notification, and wish that somebody shares so that you can get in on the action. All right, so do the honorable thing and share the business. We're taking our first break, and we'll be back with you in a moment.
Are you looking for generators to rent? Then call Wagiti Generator Rentals. We rent a wide range of generators: 3,000, 6,000, 10,000, also 20,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, and 150,000. We are located in building number 6, Frequente Industrial Park, Grand Anse, St. George. Or give us a call at 444-RENT. That's 444-7368. Wagiti Generator Rentals. We are Grenada's standby power people.
Introducing the Spice Isle Jewelry Grand Christmas Sale. Get up to 40% off on our stunning collection of silver and gold jewelry above $115. Visit us to see our fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and our unique handmade pieces. Repair service second to none. Best value for scrap gold. At Spice Isle Jewelry, there's jewelry for everyone, so shop and save today. Treat yourself or someone you love this Christmas with something special from Spice Isle Jewelry. Serving you since 1986. Located on Grenville Street, St. George's. Call 440-3155 or 415-3155. And shop number 19, Spiceland Mall, Grand Anse. Call 440-6648 or 537-7801. Sale ends December 31st.
It's the first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show.
Daddy, that misquote me. I did not say that she looked like the monkey. I said that the monkey looked like her.
This show is endorsed by the Ministry of Culture. December 14, National Stadium. Gates open 4 p.m. Show starts 6 p.m. Featuring live from Nigeria, Emanuela and Success, and the Mark Angel Comedy Group.
He took your sense.
Oh,
because his mother still have sense.
From Jamaica, hilarious Granny, Johnny Daly. From Trinidad, Alan the Entertainer. From Barbados, Rick. From Grenada, Robert White and Dillion Walton. us. Ticket price. Kids under 16, $30. Kids VIP, $80. Adult early bird, $50. $60 regular. Adult VIP early bird, $150. $200 regular. You can make sure to get those tickets at all KFC outlets on the island. Grenada Optical, Granance and St. George's, Heather's Boutique, Kitten's Pharmacy, Granance, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Licks and Bites, St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Foods, Westerhall. Make sure to get your tickets for the first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show. Be there. You, yes you, we welcome you to a new era. Genesis, Genesis, Genesis. 31st December 2019, All Year's Night, featuring the headline band from Antigua, the original Burning Flames. Burning Flames. Burning Flames, plus more, live at the Spice Basket Courtyard. Get your early bird tickets, 80 EC. Couples early bird tickets, 150 EC. Online at gotofab.com and your regular ticket outlets for a new era. Genesis, Genesis. You, yes you.
National Karaoke Competition Grand Final is here. This Saturday, December 7th, 8 p.m. at the Spice Basket. Over 15 of Grenada's top karaoke singers in keen and exciting competition, including the defending champion, with a whopping $15,000 in prizes. Admission adults $25, children under 12 pay $15. This Saturday, December 7th, Spice Basket, 8 p.m. Sponsors: Guardian General Insurance, Glenelg Natural Spring Water, Duty Free Caribbean, Grenada Bottling Company Limited, Andel and Associates, Grand Graphics, DGSA, George F. Hagens, and Netherlands Insurance. The Klaxcourt National Karaoke Competition Grand Final. See you there.
This holiday season, it's the perfect time of the year to spend with the ones you love and show them exactly how you feel. Making the most of the season. So where do you find all you need to make this season the best one ever? It's Quartz, actually. Bringing value home.
Yes, man, they're actually bringing value home. That's Quartz. Yeah, boy. And I tell you it was going to be a brief break. I take all the time it being a dog. All right, so folks, we're not going to keep you very long on the program, so we want to start, hit the ball running. We're starting with the In the Paper segment. And we have three of the nation's main newspapers. We have the Voice, the Grenada Voice, we have the Grenada Today, and we have the Informer. Okay? And I saw a very interesting story in the Informer. In the Voice. All right, big up Jojo and the team boy. That I wanted to share with you guys. All right. Yeah, this paper is good, man. Good to read. It says here, Grenelec Community Partnership Initiative is no longer suspended. Very interesting story. Very, very interesting, and they put it together nicely. Now listen to this. After an almost 2-year suspension of the Grenelec Community Partnership Initiative, the GCPI, the company is again accepting proposals from charitable organizations wishing to receive funding for projects. This follows a court ruling earlier this year in favor of Grenelec, where the High Court Judge Justice Godfrey Smith upheld the company's argument. Now, in 2017, remember that? The government passed amendments to the Electricity Supply Act requiring Grenelec to pay 5% of its pre-tax profits to a social fund controlled by the minister and a minister-approved committee. Objecting the amendment in February 2018, Grenelec challenged the constitutionality of Section 20 of the Electricity Supply Amendment Act 2017 in court. Another concern for the company was that the legislation was going to bring an end to the GCPI, which has invested more than $22 million in communities since 1994. Now, the GCPI supports education, health, social services, sports, arts and culture, science and technology, and infrastructural projects throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Every year, Grenex shareholders give 5% of the company's pre-tax profits to the GCPI. That's a very, very, very interesting story. You all have to buy the paper, and read the rest of this. But this is the gist of it, and I think that's very noteworthy. All right, so big up to the Informer, the Voice. I keep saying the Voice. That's some good story, you know. I'm telling you this, you know. That's some good story. All right, so we're moving on. All right, yeah, I had to check Greenland, but I have a road that I want all to fix. You know what I mean? But we'll talk about it off air. All right, right. We are still on the indie papers segment, and there's an individual who is expressing some frustration, and this story, all right, I got this one on the Informer, all right, so I'll be sharing that one with you too. So all you hear this one. The Sister Isles' most prominent sauce-up cultivator has pointed to some challenges which may see him packing up his tools from the industry that is constantly growing in demand. John Oscar Blair, who has about a dozen acres cultivated with the fruit, says that water shortage, pest, and the absence of extension officers to check his fields have contributed to combined to add to his frustration. He said that just as a significant portion of the fruit was close to harvesting, they suffered a severe attack from some kind of worms. The worms, he believes, are as a result of the dryness of the land due to the lack of rain. He pointed out that there are some cases where only half of the fruit ripens. Blair said that there is a heavy demand for the Carriacou soursop because of the soil that helps to deliver a special texture of the fruit. He is convinced that it's the best quality for commodities such as ice cream, yogurt, and the likes. However, he is hoping that he can receive regular checks from the extension officers to guide him on how to control the challenges he is experiencing. You know, I can only imagine that, bro. Alright, that's sauce-up cigar. But sauce-up, they say, is like the new black gold, you know. So if you have about 12 acres, I'm cultivating, wow, that's a lot, boy. Sauce-up, and you're rich. Oh, you're telling me? Yes, all you. You remember we told you about a fire recently? Now, we have monitored this on the Informer as well. Is arson the cause of the Salisbury Road house fire? They're asking this question on this paper right here. Now, they say as the police dig deeper, hunting for clues to the cause of the Salisbury Road house fire in St. Andrews 1 week ago, which left two houses and their contents completely destroyed and over 20 persons homeless. Speculations is rife that the fire could have been caused by arson. When I say arson, I mean like somebody do it, you know what I mean? That's what this report is technically saying here. It says, according to a source, although the investigation is still ongoing and no one has been detained and questioned in connection with the fire, the police are alleged to have stumbled upon some information that indicates arson as a possibility, says this newspaper. Investigating officers visiting the scene hours after the how the houses were gutted, examined the rubble, taking photos of the scene, interviewed persons connected to the destroyed homes, among other things, as part of their investigations with the hope of getting a clue. Now, Informer also visited the scene and spoke directly to the owner of one of those apartments which were destroyed in the fire. She said that she did not have a clue as to what could have caused the fire, but the police are investigating. She was not home at the time when the fire started, but was at the hospital with a relative. The information regarding her house being on fire came to her as a shock, as she knew there was nothing left unattended that could have led to the tragedy, and by the time that she returned, flames had already consumed the house and its contents. She learned that some of the occupants of the house that were at home already asleep when the fire started were quickly pulled to safety. Now, Informer was on the scene shortly after this disaster, ahead of investigating officers. Neighbors stood about in dismay, observing the smoking ruins, while more curious persons were still arriving to get a glimpse. Two houses in close proximity to the two that were destroyed suffered both fire and water damage, as one bystander explained that firefighters had been forced to turn their attention to the other houses in the neighborhood to save them rather than focus on those already engulfed. Neighbors said that by the time firefighters arrived from the Grenville police station, which is a couple of minutes away, the houses were already totally engulfed, and there was nothing they could have done to save anything. Electricity workers showed up on Tuesday morning to replace electricity lines that had been damaged by the fire, so service could be restored to that area. All right, so that is from the Informer, and we told you about this one earlier this week, but just to elaborate, from the Informer again, 19-year-old Grand Anse resident who was charged with the gruesome rape and murder of an 8-year-old Ariel bowler in the Frequency area in St. George in 2017 now faces life in prison, having been guilty of capital murder. A 12-member jury panel deliberated for just over 2 hours on Tuesday before finding 19-year-old Twilly Joseph guilty of capital murder, a charge that ties him to one of Grenada's most horrific killings in recent history. The incident surrounded the death of an 8-year-old bowler, a young lady who met her death in what was described as the most inhumane fashion. Her lifeless body was found on the 11th of November 2017 in the bushes in Frequency, one day after she was reported missing by family members. According to reports at the time when the discovery was made by a team from the villagers who were assisting in a search to find the missing child, Bola had a belt attached to her neck, a stab wound, and bruises to various parts of her body, including a piece of wood inside her mouth. According to the medical report emanating from the court, Bola's death was slow and was alive at the time that she was being raped and abused by her attacker. Her death was attributed to sexual assault, according to the report. Wow. We're moving on. Yeah. I think we need to hear all that. Police in Grenada, according to sources, has confirmed that criminal charges have been slapped on Government Minister Winston Garraway, arising out of an incident in September surrounding journalist Calestra Ferreira. Police have slapped assault charges on him and said he has not yet been summoned. The incident stems from a fracas following a government post-cabinet briefing on September 10, 2019, where Faraya claimed that minister had assaulted her and subsequently lost her balance and fell to the ground. Garaway, who attended the briefing, was at the time the minister responsible for the information portfolio. He was subsequently relieved of his post as information minister on the 1st of last month, which was then entrusted to Education Minister Emmeline Pear. The matter of Garaway being charged for assault was spotted on social media this afternoon. Garaway has denied the allegations. Told all the way to staying long and going. Alright, yeah, we're moving. Olio. In Dominica, things got really interesting today. And I really wanted to go in Dominica. I wanted to go in Dominica to conduct the election results the way we just do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. But anyway, we are getting reports that Skerrit has won the elections there, securing another term in office. You understand? Now we have been following the developments there, and we want to continue to so do as we join our folks, our colleagues at WPG10 for a comprehensive report on today's voting.
Big tonight, the polls in Dominica are closed at this hour after a day of voting in one of the most hotly contested general elections there since that island's independence almost half a century ago. Counting has begun and the results should be known before midnight local time.
The polls are now closed and the counting has begun after a day of largely incident-free vote, which started out early this morning under overcast skies, but encouragingly long lines in many parts. The lines thinned by mid-morning by the time the skies cleared, but later in the afternoon the clouds returned and so did the late voters. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit said late in the day the turnout was encouraging based on reports.
Very, very good day. You know, we're very optimistic. You know, our people are coming out to vote, and that's important.
Our cameras went around a number of constituencies in the urban areas, but as the day grew older, the incumbent Democratic Labour Party seemed to be increasing in confidence as the numbers began to come from the field. With half an hour to go before the polls closed, Skerrit was sounding confident.
We look forward to victory tonight. It's not a question of whether we'll form the government, it's a question of how many seats we'll get.
Pat Aaron, one of the agents of the opposition United Workers' Party at a polling division in Rosa Central, said the vote ran smoothly where he was at.
Well, I must say things are going pretty cool here, you know. I think you have a professional staff inside there. I wish it was that way at every polling station, but so far what's going on there is very above board. Everything is going good. There is no kind of cocomacaque, nothing going on there at this station.
But he had complained about hearing of irregularities in other areas, a claim that could not otherwise be independently confirmed.
I wish I could say so for all the polling stations from what I've been hearing from places like the Valley, especially particularly in what do they call it again? And Fokani, I've been hearing some strange things going on there, but at this station, everything is okay.
One voter in the same area claimed that Dominicans wanted change.
A lot of Dominican self, as I'm hearing it on the ground, are calling for a change in the ruling government, and some people they are very disgruntled with certain issues that are happening, especially the civil servants of Dominica in terms of getting a raise, because right now, as I have done some research, and we in Dominica is one of the set of the people that is getting one of the lowest wages.
But Prime Minister Skerrit believes his government is being returned because many of the people had become upset about opposition tactics leading into the vote.
On the various areas, the turnout looks to be good. I mean, our people have come out to vote, and I think too, people got pissed off with what transpired the last few days in Dominica, and they really want to send a clear message to anybody who is aspiring to be a political leader in our country that you have to be serious about our country, and it's not about destroying, but it's about building.
Earlier in the day, after voting in Roseau North, opposition leader Lennox Linton expressed confidence that his time may come.
Yeah, well, the turnout favors us. The fact that people are turning out is great. We're going to get some shower of blessings, it looks like, the early part of the morning. So, yeah, this is the day. Voting day in Dominica. Voting day when the people of Dominica will make a decision for real change in the problem of Dominica. It's looking good.
Security officials in Dominica are on high alert following the opposition-inspired violence in two of its strongholds in the lead-up to the poll. They are taking no chances, especially if the opposition should lose, since some of the supporters had clearly stated they would not accept anything but victory. I am Shamika McDonald with Carib Update News Service.
Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit voted late Friday afternoon in a polling division in Roseau Central, where his wife is on the ballot. Skerrit has traditionally voted in Vicas in the north of the country, a place he has represented for almost 20 years. Our cameras were there when he showed up to vote for the first time for his wife.
Very good day. You know, we're very optimistic. You know, our people are coming out to vote, and that's important. And we look forward to victory tonight. It's not a question of whether we'll form the government. It's a question of how many seats we'll get beyond forming the government. But it's looking good. It appears that we will keep what we have in the last parliament, and it also appears that we'll increase from what we had in the last term. So we're optimistic and so on. I mean, the choice in this election was very clear. I mean, it's the only party that has articulated a vision for this country, a plan. You know, we have been talking about building a new Dominica. The other side has been dealing with destroying Dominica and all these unnecessary threats and demonstrations and blockage of roads and creating unnecessary issues in the country is not what people want now. I mean, this is a country that has gone through very difficult times, 2 successive monster storms. In 2015, Erica, and in 2017, Maria. And we should be focusing on building the country and not destroying the country. And, you know, we need to, in this election campaign, it should really have been about the battle of ideas, the battle of visions, the battle of policies, the battle of programs. What we had is, on one side, the only party one vision, the only vision in the country, and party that's interested in building the country. On the other side, the other party that was preoccupied with destruction and seeking to create and instill fear in our country. But we believe that good sense will prevail. The majority of law-abiding citizens in this country, and even within the opposition, the majority of people there, a large measure of law-abiding citizens as well. But I think leadership is important in these things, and leaders must lead, and leaders must lead people in the right direction. You cannot want to be a prime minister of a country and focusing on being lawless and encouraging people to be lawless. You know, you as a chief lawmaker in the country, you know, you have to be the one who should be telling people to uphold and to respect the laws of a country, not to break them, not to disobey them, and not to disrespect the authorities that have been put in place to ensure the safety of our citizens. And when these things happen, let's say perchance you will become the government of the country, what would you say to the country? That all what I said to you, you know, was the past, and let's look at the future? No, you know, and it's unfortunate, but we're optimistic, and we're waiting for the closing of the polls and start counting of the ballots. But Labour shall be victorious.
Any idea about turnout?
Turnout, from what I'm getting from our people on the various areas, the turnout looks to be good.
All right, so, and that's the Prime Minister again, Roosevelt Skerrit. All right. It was a very interesting victory for his party, as we have heard that it was almost a landslide. All right, almost a landslide. I think it was 1821 or 1920, something of the sort. Somewhere within that range. All right. Sorry, 18 out of the 21 seats I think they won. 18 out of the 21? Yeah. Or 19 out of the 21. So if it's not 18 out of the 21, 19, because it's counting is still going on, you know. So yeah, they previously had 15 out of 21. So once voting would have closed and everything, then it would reveal that they have even won or gained more seats than they had previously. All right. Okay, so we are moving on. What else do we have to tell you about? R. Kelly boy, in some serious trouble again. All right, and we are going to tell you about that. R. Kelly is charged with paying bribe before marrying Aaliyah. We have to tell you about that, and if we have time, we are going to tell you about what has happened to a 15-year-old thief in St. Lucia. So we have that and more to tell you about when we return on tonight's Mikey Live.
Are you looking for generators to rent? Then call Wagity Generator Rentals. We rent a wide range of generators: 3,000, 6,000, 10,000, also 20,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, and 150,000. We are located in building number 6, Frequente Industrial Park, Grand Anse, St. George. Or give us a call at 444-RENT. That's 444-7368. Wagity Generator Rentals. We are Grenada's standby power people.
Introducing the Spice Isle Jewelry Grand Christmas Sale. Get up to 40% off on our stunning collection of silver and gold jewelry above $115. Visit us to see our fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and our unique handmade pieces. Repair service second to none. Best value for scrap gold. At Spice Isle Jewelry, there's jewelry for everyone, so shop and save today. Treat yourself or someone you love this Christmas with something special from Spice Isle Jewelry. Serving you since 1986. Located on Grenville Street, St. George's. Call 440-3155 or 415-3155. And shop number 19, Spiceland Mall, Grand Anse. Call 440-6648 or 537-7801. Sale ends December 31st.
It's the first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show.
Daddy, don't misquote me. I did not say that she looked like the monkey. I said that the monkey looked like her.
This show is endorsed by the Ministry of Culture. December 14, National Stadium. Gates open 4 p.m. Show starts 6 p.m. Featuring live from Nigeria, Emanuela and Success, and the Mark Angel Comedy Group.
He took your sense.
Oh,
Because his mother still has sense.
From Jamaica, hilarious Granny Johnny Daly. From Trinidad, Alan the Entertainer. From Barbados, Rick from Grenada, Robert White and Dillion Walters. Ticket price: kids under 16, $30. Kids VIP, $80. Adult early bird, $50. $60 regular. Adult VIP early bird, $150. $200 regular. You can make sure to get those tickets at all KFC outlets on the island: Grenada Optical, Grand Anse and St. George's, Heather's Boutique, Kitten's Pharmacy, Grand Anse, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Licks and Bites, St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Foods, Westerhall. Make sure to get your tickets for the first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show. Be there. You, yes you, we welcome you to a new era. Genesis. 31st December 2019, All Year's Night, featuring the headline band from Antigua, the original Burning Flames. Burning Flames. Burning Flames plus more live at the Spice Basket Courtyard. Get your early bird tickets, 80 EC. Couples early bird tickets, 150 EC. Online at gotofet.com and your regular ticket outlet for a new era. Genesis. You. Yes, you.
This holiday season, it's the perfect time of the year to spend with the ones you love and show them exactly how you feel. Making the most of the season. So where do you find all you need to make this season the best one ever? It's Courts, actually. Bringing value home.
Yes, I Courts, and always bringing value home. Olio. So the next thing that we have to tell Olio about, boys, R. Kelly. This guy, I mean, I don't know, he's probably the most unlucky person in the world, or is it that one deeds would always follow them? Here we are telling you now about an update in the R. Kelly fiasco. Now, federal prosecutors are accusing singer R. Kelly of scheming up with others to pay for a fake ID for an unnamed female a day before he married R&B singer Aaliyah, then 15 years old, in a secret ceremony in 1994. Now, the revised indictment filed on Thursday in New York accuses Kelly of paying a bribe in exchange for a fraudulent identification document for someone identified only as Jane Doe on August 13, 1994. A day later, Kelly, then 27, married Aaliyah, singer, in a secret ceremony he arranged at a hotel in Chicago. The marriage was annulled months later because of the age. Aaliyah died in a plane crash in 2001 at age 22. The U.S. Attorney's Office declined to comment about whom the fake ID was meant for, and the indictment didn't mention the wedding, but a person familiar with the investigation confirmed that Jane Doe was Aaliyah. The person wasn't authorized to discuss details of the new charges and spoke on condition of anonymity. Now, the new charge marked the first time that Kelly's brief marriage to Aaliyah had been connected to any of the criminal cases against him. Kelly's attorney said that the charges against his clients are ridiculous and absurd. The Brooklyn prosecutor had already charged R. Kelly with racketeering, kidnapping, forced labor, and sexual exploitation. They alleged he and his employees and assistants picked out women and girls at concerts and groomed them for sexual abuse. The 52-year-old singer, who is being held without bond, is scheduled to stand trial in federal court in Chicago in April on child pornography and obstruction of justice charges before facing trial in Brooklyn. Kelly, whose given name is Robert Sylvester Kelly, was acquitted in 2008 on charges of videotaping himself having sex with a girl who prosecutors allege was a girl somewhere within the age of 13. Kelly's attorney have long maintained that he was unaware of Aaliyah's age when they married. The Illinois marriage license used for the wedding said she was 18. The indictment didn't identify the person who was paid the bribe in order to get the fake ID, except to say that the person was a public employee. Aaliyah, whose full name is Aaliyah Dana Hutton, worked with Kelly, who wrote and produced her 1994 debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Disgusting. Anyway, so that's R. Kelly's bundle of joy right there, right? Yeah, he has to be. This guy just doesn't get any better for him. Well, should I say, it just doesn't get any worse for him. It just, I don't know, man. Kelly, yeah, boy. Well, you reap what you sow, for better or for worse. Right. So there has been something that has been making the rounds in St. Lucia, where a young boy, a 15-year-old in fact, went to rob in someone's home, and he was caught and also detained by the owner of that house. Now listen, when we talk about things breaking the internet, this was one of the stories that has been breaking the internet there, in terms of, first of all, somehow they got footage of the young boy being detained. So I think he was in something like handcuff or something like that, all right? Yes, and they post the thing on social media for the world to see. So you can imagine the shame. This young boy doing big time stuff, like big time criminal activity. And so we're going to join our colleagues at the HTS News Force for a report on that incident there, where this 15-year-old boy is shaping up to be a hardcore criminal. All right. So we join our folks at HTS News Force for that story.
The male suspect, whose identity has been concealed due to his age, was formally charged for robbery on Friday. Video footage obtained by News Force depicted a subdued young man, bound in handcuffs, answering a plethora of questions posed by inhabitants of the home he allegedly targeted. The incident was said to have taken place around 3 a.m. on Wednesday, December 4th. Superintendent of Police for Territorial Policing, George Nicholas, says the young man will be taken to the district court for a bail hearing. He commends the homeowner, Callista Jean-Louis, for exercising restraint during the incident. Nicholas was speaking during a police press conference Friday.
According to the law, because of his age, he is a minor, but at the same time, he is of the age of criminal responsibility. And once you have attained that age, then you will be charged for whatever offense that you committed. We must commend the homeowner in this incident for exercising restraint and good judgment in not harming the minor. And that is the kind of things that we encourage. While the law makes provision for you to defend yourself and defend your property, but it also states that the force that should be used is only reasonable force that is necessary in order for you to overcome your assailant. So we want to commend the person in question for not for exercising restraint.
In the case of attempted robbery, homeowner Callista Jean-Louis told News Force he was awakened by screams from his daughter and walked in to find his son-in-law in a struggle with the young man. The eventual subduing of the minor was followed by a lecture and prayers. Under the law, a person may, with or without warrant or other legal process, arrest and detain a person whom he or she knows to have committed an indictable offense. The law further states that if a person wrongfully takes possession of or detains any goods, any other person who, as against him or her, has a right to the possession of the goods, may, upon his or her refusal to deliver up the goods on demand, use such force reasonable in the circumstances, either by himself or herself, or by any other person as is necessary for the purpose of recovering possession of the goods. However, on the homeowner's legal rights, after sharing the incident online, Nicholas claims this action was not social media worthy.
But again, it's difficult to control the actions of people when they find themselves in a particular situation. But we, on the other hand, as law enforcement, we can use what is broadcast on social media to our advantage. We can say thanks to social media nowadays because it exposes a lot of ills that are occurring in society that we would otherwise not have known of without social media. But persons should exercise some degree of control and responsibility when using social media.
The events that followed the young man's capture has sparked heated debates on social media, with some lauding the homeowner's actions and others condemning the response, citing the recent spike in robberies and the young man's alleged weapons of choice. This is Andy Boville-Jones, HTS News Force.
All right, guys, thank you very much for that report, all right? And what's your scene? What's your story? Take your time with me, dog. All right. Just before we move on, Gospel on the Seas is an event that's happening aboard the Free Winds cruise ship December 9th, 2019, and the price for that is only $30. They say come enjoy the local gospel artists in a cruise ship atmosphere and proceeds in aid of the Beaton New Testament Church of God Building Fund. All right, that's the information I received here. They asked me to share that with you all, so I share that with you all. All right, and folks, that's basically it that I have for you. See, I told all you, I given all the 10 minutes for all yourself, but not just yet, not so. I have a nice parang medley for you guys that we were sharing about a week or two ago, and we didn't finish, and we promised that we were going to do the official thing where we're going to share that medley with you, and you know, as our entertainment piece. And when we come back, we got the weather. Let's go.
It's Christmas, man. Never, bring drinks, man. Bring sips. Your friends are here. Never. Bring drinks, man. Bring on drinks. I said to bring on sips, man. Never. You say I'm passing by everybody. In Newton and in the country. Make sure you stock up your bar. Artists in America. Bring the punching. Bring the babash. Bring the whiskey. Bring the brandy. Bring the butter. Bring the butter. Never.
Wake up early Christmas morning to see me house don't have nothing. I don't know where my girlfriend gone. I'm so hungry and care about her. I know you're living fast, so I jump in my car. No, you cannot hide from me, cause I'm man hungry. I don't know what to do, so I come in by you. Bring out the money to eating dry bread. Can't you
Trinidad, everything cool, everything real fine. Long time I don't come back home to enjoy myself for Christmas. Alright, this girl Caroline, she's a good friend of mine. She always have real lime. But let me tell you this one time, this girl she got the sweetest wine that really blows my mind. This girl she got the sweetest wine send shivers down my spine. Well, long time I don't check Caroline for the real fine wine concoction. It make me eye touch the sky, me not lie, me body can't function. So soothing, just soothing, make me move in slow motion. You understand me, Captain? This girl, she got the sweetest one
My name is Daddy G, better known General Grant. It's a Merry Christmas for you and you. Alright, everybody. Ha! Bring out this Scotch chanting. Bring out this Scotch chanting. Hey, what the babash? What the beer? Don't forget food to eat. Yes, ham and fast and food. Go. It's Christmas time. Everybody. Moving from house to house. Christmas time. We moving from house to house. Hey, Christmas time. We moving from house to house. Christmas time. We going from house to house. Hey, Christmas time. We moving in the city straight to the country. Hey, big up Central Bossy. Hey, we doing celebrating, sharing and the giving. Hey, let me start the banging. Everybody knows something bad. We moving from house to house. Christmas time. We moving from house to house. Christmas time. We going from house to house. Hey, Christmas time. We moving from house to house. Yeah, Christmas. Let me go. Early, early Christmas morning. I just finished hanging up my curtain. I done go the ham and do me baking. And finish some sorrel I was making. Then I hear my neighbor Patsy. She says she have something for me. As soon as I reach cause by she is all kind of thing she offer me. I don't want no rum and ginger beer. I just want your sweet wine. I have so much pastel I could share. Give me your sweet wine. This time only come but once a year. I just want your sweet wine. Any kind of wine girl I don't care. Just bring it here. Put it on the table. Rest it on the floor. Any way you're able. I'm coming for more. Girl I want it. Girl I want it. Girl I want your sweet wine. Just give me your. Just give me your. Just give me your sweet wine. No matter what religion, no matter what faith, every day is Christmas, and God is always great. Come into my house, sit down at my table, laugh, eat and drink, for we should be thankful. Merry Christmas to mankind. God is love, God is love, peace and love with bread and wine. God is love, God is love, mother, father, and the child. Sharing love is so divine. God is love, joy, spreading joy, spreading joy, spreading joy, spreading
This is Christmas, y'all have a Merry Christmas. This is Christmas, a sweet drink made of Christmas. This is Christmas, y'all have a Merry Christmas. This is Christmas, a sweet drink made of Christmas. Hey!
We jumping around, we having fun, we drinking liquor, everybody as one. We having a time, Christmas is the line, so drink up your wine, drink up, drink up.
This is Christmas, y'all have a Merry Christmas. This is Christmas, a sweet drink made of Christmas. This is Christmas, y'all have a Merry Christmas. This is Christmas, a sweet drink made of Christmas. Hey!
Right, and my friends, that is our entertainment piece for today, for tonight. Of course, what a way to end our our program for today, all right, guys? So, yeah, that's just about it. And we are going to tell you about the weather before we wrap it up, all right? Yeah, man, I'm telling you, the place mash up, mash up, mash up. All right? Yes, so let's take a quick... sorry for that. Good. Right. So let's take a look at the weather, folks. And hold on. Let's just make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be here. All right. Let's just make sure. Yeah, you know that. We had to take all that on our screen for now. Yeah, we're done with all that. Thanks very much for entertaining us. All right. And before we wrap up for tonight, we need to take a look at the weather. And we see that the winds are not easterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. The weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with light isolated showers. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be just around 24 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. All right, and for tomorrow, I know that some of you, it's Saturday, and you would like to know what sort of weather we can expect for Saturday. Sure. Here's what. For Saturday, the weather is expected to be generally fair with occasional partly cloudy spells overnight accompanied by brief light showers. The minimum temperature, 23.5 degrees Celsius, and the max just about 32.5 degrees Celsius. Winds are northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas is expected to be moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory will be in effect for Saturday. Now on Sunday, the weather is expected to be generally fair with brief light overnight showers. Temperature max 32.5 degrees Celsius and minimum 24 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher times. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. And that's your weather report for tonight, tomorrow, and on Sunday. I always say we're going to keep it short, but I tell you, I love you guys so much. Every time I say that, I end up spending the whole night with you all. Nika, Shireen, Patricia. I see we have two Patricias speaking back to back here. And we have Patricia Richards and Patricia Hippolyte. Hello, Zaka. We have Monica with us as well. We have Peter, Ezran, Hazel, Theresa, Noreen, Caroline. What's happening? Laurel. I see that you're there as well. Big up yourself. All right. Irma, April, and John, and Damien. Hey, Damien, what's going on, bro? Yeah, doing things for us, right? Yeah, man. Damien mashing up the place. Daniel, bodybuilding. Yeah, bodybuilding is going to be a big thing for us soon. I mean, it's already getting there. And our guys like Damien, Daniel, and all the guys, they are going to continue to put us on the map. Trust me. Yeah, I mean, when you eat that fig and a dashing and all them eggs and thing, play smash up. All right, so big up you guys. By the way, Doris, I see that you're there as well. Mishi, Ezran, I say hello to you already, Ezran. Who else? We have Osric, and Karen is with us as well, and Rolanda is with us as well. Mishi doesn't miss a program, telling all you. Giselle is with us as well. Kireen, I see that you're there. And guys, don't forget to support the Mikey Life Helping Hands Foundation in Canada. They're having their annual event tomorrow. Go support it. Because when you support those events, of course, you're supporting whatever that we are doing here in Grenada. The Canada crew, they are working really hard as usual. The Grenada crew are working hard as well, and so too those in New York. All right, so guys, brace yourself. Thanks to you again for your loyalty, and we touch base again when we be live again. We're going to be live, I think we're going to be live tomorrow. Yes, we have an event tomorrow, so we're going to be live tomorrow. We have a couple lives to do, so expect to see things happening. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. God bless you. Have a great weekend. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja, no. Good night, everyone.